Let's talk about things that no longer shock me. The $2 billion from the Saudis, the meme coins, the gold sneakers, $60 Bibles made in China. The watches, the phones, the ballroom. A White House run like a grift shop with the nuclear football sitting in back. None of that shocks you, none of that shocks me. We are past the shock. So congratulations to the one entity on Earth that finally found a way to surprise me this week. Iran. Wait, again? Still? Look, Iran sent the U.S. an invoice, a formal written request for $4.5 billion. And it is their calculated cut of what they say people close to Trump made manipulating financial markets off the Iran war. The Islamic Republic of Iran looked at this administration and did the math. They looked at it and said, this is insider trading, and billed us for their half. And as per the Iranian official describing this, quote, the exchange text will ultimately become part of the historical record, end quote. Man, we got receipts. And look, this reporting comes from Jeremy Scahill and Ryan Grimm at Dropsite News, great independent reporters. And during the U.S.-Iran talks in Lake Lucerne back in late June, Iranian negotiators sent private messages to the Vice President Vance through an intermediary. And these messages, per a senior Iranian official, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, were abusing their insider access. Wow, what a shocker. They were more interested in exploiting insider knowledge of the negotiations to profit off of it, especially in all these weird financial markets that they trade in, than in actually reaching a deal. And think about how bad this has to make our country look, especially when you're the people across the table in the middle of a war negotiating. To have to pull the vice president aside and go, hey, your guys are day trading on this. Of course, the vice president's office says no such message ever arrived. The White House went further and called Dropsite full-throated propagandists for the Iranian regime. Look at what they actually attacked, though. The messenger, not the message. And yes, consider the source. Iran is a party to a war with every incentive to split the American team. And I'm not asking you to take Tehran's word for anything. I don't need to. But we have all been flagging this pattern for months. Unusually large positions in oil futures, energy stocks, prediction markets right before major war and peace announcements, including Trump announcements, consistently timed just before Monday's market open. And by the way, Trump is now going to sell insider access to his Truth Social posts so that those people can profit on it before anybody else. And look, we've all been flagging this pattern for months. The unusually large positions in oil futures, energy stocks, prediction markets right before major war and peace announcements, including Trump announcements consistently timed just before Monday's market open. Iran's number for the total haul, $9 billion, hence the invoice for half. And by the way, what would it actually take for Washington to investigate its own people here? Subpoenaed trading records, whistleblowers, or is this just another thing that everybody's going to know about and nobody's going to be able to prove because Trump runs the whole damn thing? Drop it in the comments, because I think that these guys are going to get away with it scot-free. Because this family doesn't care about anything. They don't care about allies, institutions, not even a real active war with real people paying the consequences. As long as the family gets paid, it's all good. And Kushner, why is he there? Private citizen, no government role, no confirmation, no clearance process that the public has ever seen, and he's negotiating nuclear positions. And per a U.S. official talking to Axios, which is known to leak positions from people around the White House, he and Witkoff talk to Netanyahu and the head of Mossad almost every day. The Iranians also flagged repeated leaks from Kushner straight to Netanyahu. You have a private citizen running a side channel to a foreign government from inside America's nuclear talks. In any other administration, that is an indictment. Witkoff, meanwhile, per an Iranian official, showed up to nuclear negotiations with no nuclear experts and has misrepresented Iran's positions so badly that mistaken impressions got passed on to Trump. And Trump, mid-negotiation with his own VP at the table, told Fox News that if Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz again, quote, you won't have a country, you won't even make it back to your cleaning this up for the algorithm, effing country. Iran's delegation walked out. Then he posted that the ceasefire is over while agreeing to keep talking anyway. And this week he said after news strikes that there wouldn't be anybody left in Iran.
And what message was delivered?
You better make a deal. You're not going to have anybody left. We're being very careful with the civilian population, as you know, but I said, you better make a deal. You're not going to have anything left.
And you think they will?
They should. I don't know if they will or not.
Robert Malley, who actually negotiated the 2015 Iran deal, said that the Iranians would probably be wiser to bet on the outburst rather than his actual words. And that's why I'm going to ask you to hit the notification icon, especially if you didn't see 1 second of this story reported on the corporate networks, because I guarantee you didn't. And that silence, it's its own story.